Thank you, Anaya. Thank you, Kirsten. Thanks, Jenna. I'm going to give you guys another. Yes, Zach, it's a 2. I'll give you till 38, and hopefully that'll give you enough time. All right. Okay. So it looks like the majority of us are done. If you just kind of came in on things in the stream for Google Classroom, there's a survey that I need you to fill out. I am going to check you off as having done it. And then for anyone that doesn't do it, I will be sending you an email to complete that. Okay. All right. So let's talk about what we are needing to work on. And I'm going to let you guys work on this stuff in class today. I'm going to be here for you to ask any questions to or anything like that. But the 2 things that I need by Wednesday are the Google Slides for your FBI, which is Foodborne Illness, not Federal Bureau of Investigation. They're like totally different entities. But it's funny that Foodborne Illness does have the acronym of FBI, okay, which is why.
That
What's
actually
that?
confused me so bad when I heard that the first time.
I know. I'm
I was
so sorry. I
freaking out.
think I might have email or sent a message to you and on your warm-ups or something. And I feel bad because I was just assuming that, you knew the difference, but that's all right. That's a learning curve for all of us. Um so anyway, now Killian got me off my train of thought here. So the FBI Google Slides are due Wednesday. I want to give you time to work on them today also. And then the review sheet for the test, which will be Wednesday, starting at 1 o'clock, going till 1:25. And if there's anyone that needs more time, they'll have to sign up for office hours. But other than that, let me kind of just go over things using my screen to show you what you need to do. And then you staying here working on it. I'll be here for questions, concerns, anything you need. And then our class ends at 1:25. And then that's when you all can head out. Okay. All right. So if you go in Google Classroom and you are going to the Unit 1 stuff. Okay, so this presentation on criminal suspects here is basically the assignment, okay? And you will then put your Google Slides and turn them in here. So you need a Google slide. Typically, if you did 3 cases, they don't all have the same criminal, okay? Some of them that I did, I found that some of the criminals were the same, but not all of them have the same criminal. So if you have you have 3 cases, and I want you to tell me who committed the crime. So that would be like botulism, Clostridium. Why did it happen? So you could talk about, the foods that were eaten or something like that. And then how to prevent it. So we talked about last time you can have 1 slide for one of your crimes, and then you would have and answer all those questions. So only 3 slides, or you can use 3 slides for each case, which would be a total of 9. Okay. All right. If you have questions, hold them, and I'll talk about that in a minute. This assignment I might get rid of just because, we've had a leg of time, and I'm just worried that adding more to your plate isn't fair. And now with this test, it's just going to, cluster things up that much more. So I might just eliminate this, okay? Or if somebody did it in a different hour, I might give some extra credit. But at this point, this one right now, we're just going to set to the side. This is your backtrack. So I just said test Thursday, October 15th. You guys, it would be Wednesday. So that should be an edit. All work due in this unit by Friday, October 16th for full credit. Any work turned in after that date will be reduced to the half credit October 19th and October 20th worth 0. Okay. So that looks like this. I do not want Google's involvement in this worksheet. If I'm looking at your work and I think it's Google work, then I give you 0. I don't, you might have just Googled 5 of them. That is too many to Google. These all are in your notes. We went over them. You should know them. Okay. These do need to be answered in complete sentences. I don't want one-word answers, and I don't want things that have no capitals and no periods. Okay. So you need to do a good job when you are doing the review sheet. It's 20 questions. Okay. I'm going to be here if you have a concern. And I want you to highlight your answers. That's easier for me to grade and to see, so it's not all jumbled all up into one big clump. So you need to answer these in complete sentences, and then you'll turn that in by Wednesday. If you want the answers, okay? Like you want to be able to use it for your studies and want to know if the answers are correct, then I will be having in my office hours on Tuesday from 11 to 12, I will be going over the worksheet for anyone that shows up. Okay. And that's at 11 o'clock on Tuesday if you want the right answers for your studies. Okay. And now I will take questions you have for me, or I'll look at the chat and see if there's anything in there. So is there anybody that has a question about what I've just went over with you, what's due, anything about the test, anything I can clear up? You can either put it in the chat or you can unmic yourself and talk to me. Totally up to you. All right, so let's have somebody recap what I just said, just so I can make sure that you are listening to me. So recap the the Google slide assignment. Like tell me when it's due, what you have to do, that kind of thing. Hello? I'm hearing crickets. Kirsten Gilbert, what do you have to do on the Google slide assignment? Kirsten. Okay, Shane says it's due Wednesday, yes. There's too many crickets, that's the problem. Okay, 3 slides, maybe, depending on if you put all 3 questions on a slide. Okay, what about the review sheet? Give me some information about that. You chat people. When's the review sheet due? Yep, you can't use Google. Found in your notes.
Before Wednesday.
Before Wednesday. Complete sentences. And you're going to stay right here and work on it. And if you want the right answers, you're going to come Tuesday from 11 to noon to just stop in and go over the worksheet, and we'll make sure your answers are correct. Anything for the good of the order? Okay, so that's what I need you guys all to do. I know that there's 18 people here. Remember, I can see when you exit the class, and that is something that you have not been asked to do. You're here until 1:25, working on all this stuff. And then if you have extra time, study. All right. So I should be able to look on Google Classroom and see things being turned in. So let's get it done. If you just arrived, then put in the chat that you need info, because I've said a lot. So let me know what you need from me. Okay, so Andrew, I'm just going to recap, okay? We have a test on Wednesday. They're at the high school, they're doing some tests. I think it's PSAT. And I'm a proctor, so I will not be in class on Wednesday until 1 o'clock. And that means your test starts promptly when I arrive. If you don't get it done in the amount of time we have, then you'll come to office hours. Okay. There's a survey in the stream on this classrooms, on Google Classroom, that I need you to fill out. It's just for my class. What's due Wednesday is the Google Slides. There's 3 questions per case. And you can either do the 3 questions on one slide per case, or you can do the 3 questions on 3 different slides per case, which would equal 9. And then there's a review sheet in Google Classroom that's also due Wednesday for the test. You will put them in complete sentences. You will not Google. You will use your notes. And that's due Wednesday. And I will have a office hours on Tuesday from 11 to noon if you want the right answers. Okay, so that you're studying the right things instead of the wrong things. And if I miss something, can you put it in the chat, and Andrew will see that this is something that I didn't touch on with him, but I think I covered it all. Okay. Let me know if I need to be clearer on something, because I can recap if need be. Also, there's conferences on Tuesday from 2:45 to 4:25, I think. Okay, so Monica, yeah, so you researched 3 of your cases, whether let's just say they're 1, 2, 3. That's a lot of times what people did. So on your Google slide, you could do your case, whoever it is, the number. You can either put on there the answers to the 3 questions, or you can do 3 separate slides for each question for that one case. And then you go to your case number 2. And on your slide, you're going to put the case number, who it was, and you're going to either put on the one slide the answers to all 3 of those questions, or you're going to create 3 slides with each question and make sure they get answered. Remember, there's 3 clip arts that also have to be included in the presentation. Usually you'll look up like botulism or something, you'll get a picture of what botulism looks like, and then you put that on your slide. You know, make that easy. But remember, it should be information that you have got on your paper. It's not something you're going to look up on Google and copy and paste on a slide, okay? And I haven't graded the 2 pages yet, the clue organization and the food felons page, but that's on my to-do list today, so hopefully I'll get it done. Let me know if you need any more clarification. Just put me in the chat and I'll mic back on and try to help. Okay, so I'm just going to recap again what it is I need for you guys to do before we head out. So one is on Google Classroom in the stream is a survey I want you to take. So if you came in late and you didn't do the survey, please do so. It's just for my class. You will be doing it throughout the week in all your other classes as well. And it's just for the class you're in, okay? Number 2, the PowerPoint Google Slides presentation is due Wednesday. Your test will be Wednesday, but I also have a PSAT proctoring that I'm doing, so I will not be in class. The earliest I could be in would probably be 12:45. Latest will probably be 1 o'clock. So the test will begin immediately. And if you don't have enough time in the 25 minutes to take the assessment, then we'll have you sign up for office hours. The review sheet needs to be done and turned in on Wednesday before class begins. On Tuesday during my office hours from 11 to 12, I will be going over the review sheet. So if you want the right answers and want to make sure you're studying the right thing, then show up at that time. Trying to remember, did I forget anything? With the review page, there will be no Google searches. Use your notes. I don't want Google to tell me what the answer is. Complete sentences, caps and ends. Otherwise, you won't get points for the question. So just make sure that you're crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and make sure that, you know, it's a well-written piece of work, okay? So Connor, that's the recap. So you don't really need to stay after as long as you heard what I said. And if there's any conflicts with the 11 to 12 o'clock time for office hours, just email me and we can set up a meet. And it'll take maybe 5 minutes for me to go over those answers. So, you know, if you want the right ones, you could just say, hey, Zebka, I got time right now. This is the time, can we meet? And I'll just go into Google Classroom and we'll meet real quick and boom, there you go. I just looked on Google Classroom and nobody has anything in, no PowerPoints and no reviews. So I'm getting a little nervous. Where are they? And remember, I did talk about the presentations last week, Wednesday. So you could have worked on them Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes, Shane, for the review thing, yes. Like I said, it'd take me like 5 minutes to just go over the answers, making sure you got what you need. Monica, you have one more review or one more slide? Yep, Connor, it's the backtrack thing. Oh, okay, good. And remember on Wednesday too, anything after Wednesday will be reduced to half credit unless I have the due date being after that. But everything in the unit that we've done thus far is full credit up until Wednesday, and then Thursday half, Friday 0. All right, I am all set unless you got something else for me. You can head out and get ready for your next hour, and just make sure you get those things in by Wednesday. See you Tuesday for those coming.